Hi, hello, and welcome. You have found our newest channel, Brick by Brick. I needed a place to show you what we do in addition to just our Disney content. I needed a place to put my Lego builds. You guys know from the other channel that I can't just do something for the fun of it. It has to have a purpose. So my purpose, I guess, is just to show what we get into, what we buy, what I build, and what I kind of do on the side. Let's get into my very first project. If you're new here, thanks for stopping in. And if you wandered over from our other channel, Traveling Around Disney, well, welcome to the cozier side of things. Here we slow down, build some Lego, maybe talk about life, maybe talk about Disney, and just see where it goes. Today, we're starting with the Lego Money Tree, because who couldn't use a little extra good luck? Alright travelers, thanks for joining me here on this new adventure. This is our very first full video on Brick by Brick, and I thought the Money Tree was the perfect set to start with. It's fun, it's colorful, and it feels like a little symbol of hope for what's ahead. This set is actually pretty. It comes with all these little golden coins and pink blossoms, and it feels almost more like building an art piece than a toy. Which is kind of why I love Lego. It can be playful, but also relaxing at the same time. So we're going to speed up a little here and get you through the start of the base. The process is really simple here. Lots of little repeating pieces, which I don't mind at all. It gives me time to just slow down and enjoy the build. Honestly, there's something kind of therapeutic about sitting down with Lego after a busy day. No big decisions to make, no stress, just piece by piece until it starts coming together. I love the symbolism of this set. In a lot of traditions, money trees are about good fortune, growth, and abundance, and whether you believe in that or not, I think it's nice to have something in your home that represents positivity and hope. This one will definitely find a spot on my desk or in my room. And it's about this time I should mention I see the need for a manicure, so that's on my to-do list. It didn't even dawn on me that it would show so easily until I started editing the video. So bear with me for this video, and from now on I will try to make it look a little better. I mean, look at these little pumpkins. Are they not cute? They're just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Definitely is a top and a bottom though. And then there's definitely a top and a bottom to the leaves, and I had a hard time telling at first, but then I sort of got the hang of it, of which was the top. And then these are really hard to get into. Some of these pieces are very small for very small hands. I can see why the age grouping. The age on this particular Lego is 9+, so I guess they figure you have to be at least 9 to manipulate these pieces. This set was introduced as part of Lego's 2023 Lunar New Year collection. It has 336 pieces and is priced at about $24.99 US. It portrays a kumquat, or like a tangerine tree, otherwise known as a mini mandarin tree. It's not a literal money tree, but it is rich in cultural symbolism, which is tied to prosperity and luck. It has 20 tangerines, playfully made using Lego pumpkin elements attached with the leaf clusters, and it has 14 red envelopes, which are represented by these little 1x2 tiles. There are 10 golden coins, which are designed after ancient Chinese coins with square holes, and there are also gold ingots. I don't know how you say it. Gold colored boat shaped ornaments built as part of the base. Once built, the money tree stands over 6 inches tall and comes in a red base, which is ideal for display as a table centerpiece or a festive decor. So what is the Lunar New Year and when is it, you ask? It's also commonly known as the Chinese New Year or the Spring Festival. Lunar New Year marks the beginning of a new year according to the lunar calendar. The date changes yearly but always falls between January 21st and February 20th based on the first new moon after the winter solstice. In 2025, the Lunar New Year began on January 29th and was followed by the Lantern Festival around mid-February. Did you guys know there are official names for the parts on Legos? I had no clue. The little bricks or pieces, call them bricks, are the thicker pieces. The small flat ones are called plates. Ones that are small and flat but don't have any of what they call the studs, which are the little bumpy raised things, are called tiles. And then on the other side of the brick, where the little holes are that the top Legos go into, those are called tubes. So I didn't know that there was names for all of them, but now I do. So here we're getting to the fun part of the build, which was the actual tree itself. So putting together all the little stems for the branches and the pieces. You can tell I had a little bit of trouble. I don't know if it's just me. It must be, because lots of people do Legos and don't seem to have any problems. But just trying to follow their instructions and pictures and then put them in the right branch. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm starting to show my age, but you can tell in this little section, I put it together and then figured out I had it in the wrong place and had to put it together again. So sometimes I spend just as much time going backward as I go forward. So here's where I'm like, okay, wait, how does this go in exactly? Because, you know, I have to do it exactly like the picture. Like, you know, if it's one, you know, hole away from where it's supposed to be, I'll worry about it. So I got to get it built, you know, just exactly like it's supposed to be. But I thought this was a nice little structure. The little blue, I guess, stick, I don't know if it has an official name, but lent some stability to the inside of the tree. Nothing actually attached to it. I guess it's there just to keep things from leaning, but it did attach to the bottom, and then it'll attach again to the top. You'll see it here when we get to the top of the build. But it's a pretty repetitive pack. You do a lot of the tree limbs are built the same way. And here, do you guys sort your pieces too? I usually don't, but for this video, I did try and sort it a little bit just to let me try and go a little faster. Not sure if it helped or not. And also a little fun thing that always happens to me, I will inevitably have one little piece somewhere that I can't find, and I will look and I'll look and I'll look, and just about the time that I've given up and say, I think they didn't put it in this pack, and then it's right in front of my eyes. So does that ever happen to you guys? But here's the little red envelopes. Red is a lucky color. It's for prosperity. No, prosperity? Prosperous. Prosperity. I had it right to begin with. Good gracious. But those are a little cute. But they use the pumpkins, but they call them tangerines. They're supposed to be tangerines. Okay, so for the Disney super fans out there, I have a question for you. And I bet Mr. Todd doesn't even know this part. Maybe he does. But on my deep dive in learning a little bit about this Lego set, I came across an article that's saying at Walt Disney World's Animal Kingdom, a cast member in the Asia section sometimes uses a special hole punch to create leaves out of souvenir coins. These lucky coins, which are not Chinese currency, but rather Disney-themed tokens, are then left for other guests to discover. So they say it's in the Asia section of Animal Kingdom, often near the restrooms in the Pandora area. And they say a cast member uses a coin press or similar device to punch a leaf shape out of a pressed coin or token. The purpose then is the small leaf-shaped coins are left behind for guests to find as a magical surprise. So following the example of cast members, some park guests have adopted the practice, creating a small lucky leaf hunt for others to enjoy. Is this true? Because, we have to fact check everything we read. Have you guys ever seen this or found one of these coins? This is very interesting. And also, as an addendum to that, it says the activity is part of the park's larger tradition of using wishing coins in the fountains, which are collected and donated to Central Florida children's charities. So interesting what you can find with a little bit of Google search. So I just wonder, is that a real thing? Is that true? Does anybody know? Leave it in the comment if you know anything about it, because I'd be interested to see. Maybe Todd's next visit to Animal Kingdom, we will have him search it out. Also, another little fun thing I found, courtesy of the Disney Food Blog. Apparently at one time in the market in Asia, they also had a little money tree with little coins with squared cutouts in the center for sale. So apparently these were Chinese cash coins, which is a traditional form of currency that's round with the square hole in the middle. It's not a modern money cutout, it says, related to Disney's Animal Kingdom. The coins were used in China for over 2,000 years and also inspired coinage in Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. It says the purpose of the hole was to allow the coins to be strung together in large numbers on a piece of string or wire for easier counting and transport, as each individual coin had a very low value. It's symbolic because the circular shape and square hole was said to represent the sky, while the square hole symbolized the earth. And it says, although they're no longer in official circulation, the image of these cash coins is still prominent in East Asian culture. They're often used as good luck charms or symbols of wealth in traditions like feng shui. And the English term cash for money is believed to come from the Portuguese word for this type of Chinese coin. It must be, I can't say it, C-A-I-X-A, caixa, which was derived from the Tamil word kasu. I'm sure I did not do any of those justice. So if you could help me out, I'd appreciate that. But anyway, these little tidbits of knowledge that I like to pick up and kind of spit back out on a random day are kind of nice to know. So there you go. It looks like pretty much everything can relate back to Disney in one way, shape, or form. So there we go. A little history on the little money tree here. So we're getting close to finishing it. Thank goodness. I did get a lesson in time, because this little video that I thought would be up in a couple days has taken me almost, a month or two to finish. And so we're at the end. The finished Lego money tree. I do really love how it turned out. It's simple, but it feels special. And I think it's a nice reminder to be hopeful and to keep building towards good things in life, brick by brick. So thanks so much for being here with me today, especially if you came over from our other Disney channel. This is going to be a place for side adventures, cozy builds, and just spending time together. I'm excited to share more with you soon. So we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.